with Easter. Before we even get to that, let's talk about what has happened today as people are celebrating. In Lagos State, it was a tough start to the day for commuters on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway as a multiple vehicle accident caused major delays earlier this morning. The crash, which happened on the Kara Bridge axis in Ward Opik, involved several trucks and cars, leading to heavy gridlock on one of the country's busiest highways. Today's incident is just the latest in a troubling pattern of accidents along the expressway, which serves as a vital link between Lagos and other parts of Nigeria. In an update, LASMA confirmed that some of the affected vehicles have now been cleared, with 2 lanes reopened to traffic heading toward Opik. However, efforts are still ongoing to remove a stranded articulated truck from the scene. Well, let's now get into a conversation for the day. Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Shehu Muhammad, joins me live from our Abuja studio. Good to have you join us on the program. It's Good Friday, and just this morning, as some people were trying to get their day started, a major accident along the Kara Bridge axis of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway left motorists stranded for some time. What could be responsible for these incidents that happen ever so often?
Well, good evening, viewers. And let me say that in a moment like this, during festivities, Federal Safety Corps and its entire personnel are supposed to create enabling environment, secured motoring environment for motorists and the general public to be able to have a safe mobility to their destination. And the second one is to be able to prevent road traffic crashes on our highways. And you know, road traffic crash is a significant global public health challenge, leading to loss of millions of lives and injuries, with severe consequences to the economic and social activity of individuals and country. On our side, we are expected to deploy all our personnel, including the voluntary special marshals on the highway, to be able to support the motoring public that are traveling to have a safe and secured mobility to their destination. However, when a crash occurs that is not planned for, like the one that occurred along Kara in Lagos State, it was a multiple crash coming outward from Lagos. And before we are able to bring all our personnel, the heavy-duty trucks and our patrol vehicles to be able to control it, the overwhelming traffic have already been completely jam-packed. And that was why it took time, because to even get to the scene of the accident where the crash occurred, and to be able to offer the help of taking those multiple vehicles that crashed, it became a little bit of difficult for the personnel of FRSC to achieve that.
All right. I can imagine the fact that, you know, when others on a day like this are trying to either travel or spend time with family, your officers and men are out there trying to keep the peace on our highways. Just how challenging is this job?
Yes. It's not only in Lagos axis, it happens also in Kaduna axis, where 2 trailers, had fault and blocked the entire road. Over 2,000 vehicles were stranded. It was much later the FRSC tow truck came and evacuated those trailers and make the motoring public to be able to continue their travel to their various destination within about 3 hours.
All right, then. I get that point. So your officers and men are definitely, in different parts of the country trying to keep the peace. But, talk to us about strategies that for this particular restart, for instance, what did your team, what did you deploy, what plans did you have in place for foreseen and for unforeseen, eventualities on our highways?
Well, in a situation like this, what we normally do some days before festivity occur, we normally start with sensitization, public education, and advocacy, all the motor parks, town hall meetings, and then also mosques and churches to deliver how motorists should be able to use the road and obey traffic rules and regulation, and then also be able to not to do the offenses that will create gridlock in those areas where they travel. That's how we normally start. Secondly, we also direct all our commanding officers all over the Federation, 37 states including Abuja, and also the unit to deploy all our personnel, both the regular marshals and the special marshal, to be on the road so that they align to make sure that they calm the traffic moving towards either outward or inward to their towns and their areas, so that people, motorists, should be able to reach their destination and be able to meet their families and loved ones that they wanted to achieve, they wanted to meet.
So
I've been doing that in every...
Yes, please land on your thoughts,
I can hear you.
Yes, I was saying you should land on what you're saying, please.
Yes, so we have been doing that across the whole nation. As I'm speaking to you now, our zebra areas, that is where ambulance areas, where we give support for crash victims, are open 24 hours. Our clinics, roadside clinics, are also open 24 hours. Our tow trucks are also on the road. Our motor vehicles, the patrol vehicles, are also on the road 24 hours during this period until the Easter period. We're able to get things straight, and then motoring public are able to reach their destination and coming back through. So all this period between the time we started 3 days ago up to in the next 2 days, we'll be able to continue to be on the road and clear obstruction, and also be able to support our motoring public to reach their destination.
All right, Commercial, we need to take a quick break. When we come back from that break, we'll take the conversation further. Please stay with us on the program. Today on the program, we're talking road safety, and Co-Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Sheikh Mohammed, is my guest. Co-Marshal, usually during festive periods like this, our roads are busy, with travelers. But as a result of insecurity, some people are afraid of traveling. Some would tell you, for instance, that the fear of insecurity is the beginning of wisdom, or call it the beginning of knowledge. Is their fear justified?
Okay. Can you come again, Abosade?
Yes, I'm talking about the fear of road users. Some people are afraid of traveling, whether it's during festive periods like this or, on regular days, as a result of cases of maybe kidnapping that they've had on our highways. So I was just asking you, do you think their fear is justified?
I don't think that fears are justified because part of what we do is a complete collaboration with all the security agencies, the Nigerian police, the civil defense, and our collaboration yielded that we use our resources together, we use our expertise, and we use whatever that is required to make the road safer and to make the road secured. So I don't believe that the fear is justified, because the security agencies are always on the road during festivities like this to make sure that there is adequate security on the highway, and then there's also adequate support for them to be able to have a smooth ride, smooth mobility to their destinations.
So during the day, we'll see your officers on the road, we'll see your personnel, keeping the traffic and all. But at night, what happens? Whether it is to beat traffic or to simply arrive at destinations, we know that some people engage in night traveling. But does the FRSC have any arrangements to cater to the needs of night travelers?
In festivity like this, during end of year, during Easter, during Salah, we extend our operation period to sometimes up to 12 in the night because we know that some travelers extend to the night to reach their destination. So as it is today, as it is now for Easter, our personnel will be on the road throughout up to 12 in the night to be able to support travelers to reach their destination. There won't be any fear of not seeing our personnel. Our personnel will be everywhere during this period until the Easter period has elapsed.
But how do you ensure the safety of your own personnel?
We collaborate with all the security agencies. We collaborate with the police, we collaborate with the civil defense, and then we also collaborate with the army. In some places, you will see us working close to the army checkpoints. In some places, you also see us working close to the police checkpoints. We collaborate with them because since we are not armed, we get support from them to be able to protect us and protect also the motoring public that are using the roads to travel to their destinations.
All right. So what are the basic safety tips that you think road users should be aware of, especially in the face of road insecurity?
I would recommend for motorists to, one, to start early. Secondly, to make sure that their vehicles are roadworthy, are well maintained. And then we also advise that they shouldn't take any intoxicating substance, and also to take more water, and also to be able not to overload, and also to have that number that we have, the 122, whereby if there is any incident that require to get support either from the FRSC or from any security agency, by the time they call the 122, FRSC will be able to link them with the required security personnel, security agencies that need to come to their aid. This is what I advise the motorists whenever they are starting their journey, to be able to plan it well, start early, obey all the road traffic regulations, and don't commit offenses that will result to road traffic crash.
So the first point, the first tip you shared was start early, and you repeated that. What about those people who just have a thing for night traveling? Like, all they want to do is to travel at night. They don't want to be bothered with the hassle of, daytime traveling. What do you tell them? Is it that they should stop, or what can be done about that?
Starting early is to prevent the rush and the speed. Sometimes when they don't start early, for them to be able to reach their destination, they likely increase the speed. So when they start early, they can be able to go on average speed based on the regulation of the speed limit. But if they don't start early, they will now be trying to see how they can go fast to reach their destination. That's why I re-emphasize starting early so that they can be able to reach their destination without really, pushing themselves to speed. Secondly, they can also, the night travel is not, why we don't encourage the night travel is because the visibility in the night is always very low. You may not be able to see the vehicle that is coming afar. You may not be able to see a distance that you can be able to travel safely. And that's why we discourage the night travel. And in most cases, crashes occur at night because the visibility is low. The humidity is also low. So virtually, we always advise motorists to start early in the daytime and be able to reach their destination before the night, fall in.
All right, Commercial, talk to us about the innovations that the FRSC has put in place to ensure safety on our roads.
Come again.
I'm asking about the innovations put in place by the FRSC to ensure safety on our highways.
Yes, this time around, we developed what we call FRSC mobile app. This app is a technology that will assist the motorists, drivers, and passengers to have a safe travel. The functionality of this app is embedded in such a way that the app will be able to tell driver and passengers if the driver is speeding beyond the expected speed limit. The app will also tell the driver or the passenger if there are potholes along the road while they are traveling, so that the driver can take caution. It will also tell the driver the coordinate where those potholes are, for the driver to be able to take caution and drive carefully, not too much at those potholes that will now endanger their travel. This app also has what our traffic radio, and once you have this app, you can listen to our traffic radio 24 hours, and then anywhere you are in the world, with this app, you can be able to listen to our traffic radio, and the traffic radio will be able to communicate to you, tell you the traffic situation in so many environments, to be able to assist you to have a safe travel and safe motoring journey to our destination. So this is part of what we have just initiated, and then we also initiated the NACRIS, the National Crash Investigation Reporting System, whereby all the agencies that have to do with safety will report the same crash. For us to have a harmonized data for crash system in Nigeria. So these are part of what we have done, and we intend to do more in terms of coming together and having stakeholders, to work together and provide a safe and secure motoring environment for Nigerians.
All right, and as a wrap up the conversation, you've also spoken about speed limits, but there are some cases where it is not clear what the speed limit on a particular road is. How do motorists navigate? And there have also been cases where it does appear that your personnel will simply stand somewhere, and wait for the motorist to take the wrong turn and then just pick them up. How do you balance it to ensure that your officers are able to work with road users and everything goes smoothly?
We don't encourage our personnel to stay in one place. We're expected to be mobile, and we're also expected to support the driver, the motorist, to have a safe travel. Where such incidents happen, and if it is reported, we normally take actions and then probably make it clear that our personnel are not supposed to stay in one place and wait for a motorist to commit traffic offense before they can get to them to support them. We don't encourage that, and I believe that most of the roads are being rehabilitated, and that is why in some places there are no road signs to show the speed limit at a particular area, at a particular road where motorists are supposed to adhere to. But we believe that as the roads are being rehabilitated, those traffic signs, signages will be available and be put in a proper place as a road furniture for motoring public to be able to be guided and obey such speed limits and reach their destination safely.
All right, and in just 30 seconds, how easy is it now to renew the driver's license, and how much is it?
It doesn't take time to renew the driver's license. It's the same amount, the same fee of 10,000 for 3 years and 15,000 for 5 years. And we have upgraded some of the facilities, and we're also trying to make sure that it will be seamless for a driver or rather applicant to be able to log online, apply for driver license. If he needs to recapture, he can go to any nearby driving license center to recapture, and get his license within a few weeks. We are trying to, we are partnering with other, consultants, partners, to make it more efficient in such a way that when you apply for a driver license or when you apply for renewal, you can be able to also get it instantly or within 24 hours.
All right, Commercial.
That's what we're hoping and that's what we're planning to.
Okay, Commercial of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Shehu Mohammed. Thank you very much for talking to us on the program today.
Thank you very much. Thank you, BS.
That's our show, this special edition, which is Good Friday. Watch a repeat broadcast at midnight and 6 a.m. I am Abosadi Adenu Adremi. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.